want to be up there, right, you've got to sacrifice. You've got to train hard. And it doesn't mean just on the ball field, you coach and this and the other. How many of you just, forget it, you all go to school, yeah? How many of you before school go on a 5-mile ride, come home, shower, have your breakfast and go to school? How many of you? You wouldn't mind. If that's what you want. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you're going to be a professor. I don't know. But if you tell me you want to play football, that's what you do. See the difference in commitment? Most of the people that come around me end up hating me and then end up loving me. None of them buys me a Ferrari. But I'm happy to see them play football on television. You understand me? And continuing their journey and don't waste it. But I've made a lot of people professional footballers, but I'm telling you now, there's a lot that we've got there, really. Football to me is like, it's poetry. When I see that next one coming through, I know him. I know that player. Everybody has different style, but you see that player, that's the poetry I know. That makes me sway on the touchline, because I know it's him or her, because we train girls as well. I know, and that's what good coaches do. Coach don't put you on the bench because he wants to punish you. He puts you on the bench because he wants you to also learn from who's playing. Because you know when you go on, you don't want to take that shirt off. So you have to show the coach that I want him on the bench. Not in a very bad way, but I want him on the bench. And the coach will know how much effort that you're going to put in, right? And it's not just running skills, the whole positional sense. Because you could be the fastest runner in the whole field. But you know what? We have to put a stoplight to stop you because you don't know where you're going. You understand me? So that's where the coach comes in. How can we stop him from doing that? How can we make him into the best Mbappe, the best footballer in the world? You understand me? Now, I was born in the 50s. So I left Jamaica in 1964. Parents were different. I didn't get the opportunity, even though I was an absolute talented footballer. Didn't get the opportunity like you did. I didn't know I was going to be one of the top coaches, but my journey went that way. But I made sure my son, Joby McAnuff, other people, Lionel Morgan, Nile Ranger, Manuel Frimpong, I mean, I could go on and on, of the players that's come through that I've helped, and I've based it on the football that I know. And it's what I'm saying. But with my son, he will tell you his experience of being a pro from he was 9 years of age.
The beauty for me is I've had one journey, which is to try and become a footballer, which I did. Played at Wembley, won at Wembley. And now the next part of my journey is, can I use the information I acquired to help that your generation now, the next generation. So for me it's exciting because I know where you're at now and I know where you can be. Do you get what I'm saying? And you might not know it yet, but there is a wealth of knowledge and experience around you at this moment in time that can steer you in that right direction. Like my dad said earlier, it's not just about the football and ability on the pitch, but where I had an extra ability was my ability to listen and take in information and then digest it and then say, look, this is what I need to do. Can you apply it? So again, I played under different managers. I played under my dad. I played under Martin Allen, Paul Ince, some big names, and every single one of those managers always played me. Do you get what I mean? So it takes a special person to be able to play under different people, understand the different ways people play the game, because there's not just one way. There's not just one way of playing. Part of becoming a young footballer or young sports person is being employable. Do you get what I'm saying? Having the ability to be employed by somebody. Someone's going to sit you down and invest time and money into you. So you have to take it seriously, whatever you do. There's no walking around with your shorts hanging down and all of them things there. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you represent your families and your football club. But most importantly, yourselves. When you go on that pitch, you're being judged. How you walk, how you talk, how your shoulders are. Are you in a relaxed position? Are you in a stressed position? All of these things, coaches, top coaches pick up. So again, in terms of my journey, the first part is out the way. But that now gives me the actual ability to verify what people are saying. It does work. If you listen and put the effort in. And nothing doesn't beat that. There ain't no shortcuts, I was told. I was always told and brought up, there ain't no shortcut. You have to put that mileage in. And then with a bit of luck and stay injury free, who knows what may happen. But football and sport's not just about playing on the pitch. There is a career after it. Whether it's becoming a pundit, a referee, a lines person, an official. There's a career in sport, and a serious one. And one that is quite enjoyable. You know, we used to get up at what? 8 o'clock in the morning, do a little run, train, enjoy ourselves, play football, finish by 12 o'clock, job done. The beauty of sport as well, especially at that level, is you can continue your education. You've got the time on your hands. You could start a business while you're playing sport. There's no limits. Do you get what I'm saying? But again, it's something that everybody in the world wants to do. So you're not only competing against your mates here, you're competing against the rest of the world. So it is really serious. And I mean, so there's people that are really dedicated to what they do. So lucky, it's not about being lucky. You've got to put the work in. And again, we wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in the talents that's in this country. Do you get what I'm saying? So how can we help you? Let us know. Bombard us with questions. We'll give out our details, and any way we can help, it will be done. But our contacts are very, very strong. We want to make sure we come here and help give careers.
Just want to introduce Dean Rowan to you all. We're here because of Dean and Rudy Page, who's kind of put a collaborative group together. He's encouraging us to come and participate in helping schools, colleges, primary school, high school, to help. How can we assist and help with your journey? They came to our office and eventually I said yes. So I ended up coming back home. And I'm happy I did last year, because now I'm back here this year and I've given my word that I will come back. We've given some equipment to other schools and unfortunately some misunderstanding, but we'll work it out. But if our journey is the same, to come aid and assist you in some ways, whatever sporting equipment it is, you know what I mean? I'm sure I may be the boss, but the team makes the decision, and I'm sure I can persuade them to bring kickboards or whatever, you know what I mean? And then maybe deliver a training session. We've decided that we are going to do this every year. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, it's always an honour and a pleasure to come and meet young men and girls, because we train girls as well. We've got some very good players that would absolutely shock you. Trust me on that. And you may overpower them eventually when you realise they're not joking. They can play. You understand me? And it's just their world as well as the boys' world. You understand what I'm saying? And we've got how many? 6 girls that won't train with the girls. They only train with the boys.
And the boys struggle.
And they struggle, some of them. Trust me on that. You understand what I'm saying? But the advice that Jude has given you, and I'm sure the coaches have spoken to you, some of you may doubt the words they say. Don't.
I want you guys to understand the reason why I choose Jamaica College. My son come to this college. My nephew come to this college. He's now in the army 20 odd years. I work with the CXC, so this is my home. And I could go to any other high school, but if it's even one person from this college, I still have to stop there to ensure that you guys have the opportunity. And today, we're gonna give this to your coach. You'll decide who to do and what to do. So Mr. Clasford is going to make the presentation.
On behalf of all of us, collaborative group, we give you this to look at the player you think has the potential and the player who has as well as the captain potential. But first I'm going to thank you for even having them here. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of players, they walk off. you've got them here, that means that to me they're dedicated. That's a team I would coach. You understand what I'm saying? So keep up the good work.
This is a glove, small token, linesman flag, and a few exercise book that you can select for your.
Yep, linesman flag, gloves, books. Absolutely fantastic, Dean.
Yeah, well, we thank you.
Good.
This was donated by Let's Talk on the regulatory, Mr. Marcia and Mr. Essed. And this is just the beginning of what plans we have for you guys.
What do you think? How many of you have been to England? So you don't even want to know what's England like? Oh, no? Go on. Go on.
What's the team that you coach is called again?
Well, I coach many players of all different, no matter where they are, where they come from. They always end up coming through our door and saying, we want to make it. So I don't care if they play for that team or that team. I'll train whoever comes through my door. But our brand club is London Elite Boys or Girls, I think. It's London Elite Sports and Football Academy. And very, very rare we're out of the top 3 in any age group. Very rare. Our girls have won the title, both age groups, for the last 3 years unbeaten, and we train them from couldn't kick a ball. You understand what I'm saying? And we sign players every year, every single year. One of a lady who's an ambassador in the collaboration, Elizabeth Cokie wrote. Her son, we had him from 7 years of age, and came through our door straight away. He said to his mum, he's a professional. How do you know? How do you know? He's now 14. He just re-signed a 2-year academy contract with Spurs, and he's guaranteed a scholar. That means his first year, his first year of professional, he'll be a paid footballer.
How would you like invest in us as players?
How do I, sorry?
Invest in us as players.
Well, listen, let me tell you this. If your coach picked up the phone and said, Clasford, you know what, blah, 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 blah. That's easy for me. That's easy for me. But then you come into my zone. That's not easy. That's not easy. I've had players from around the world struggle. Play for teams in Belgium, Africa, this and struggle. But one thing we will never do, we will never pick up the phone and send you to somewhere because we know you can play football. Because when we pick up the phone, that club knows we know what we're doing. I don't want to look like they're going to laugh at me. So your coach has to say, I know he's ready. I know he's ready. You understand what I'm saying? And the path, as I said, this boy, Kavan Wilson, he was sent to me through another agent. Right? And he's in England at the moment now. He phoned us while we're over here as well, wanting to know when we're coming back. We've given him free access to all our facilities, free weights in the gym and all this down there, but getting him ready. We played his first game. I wasn't there. My son said, no, that's it, he's in. That's all I need to know. Said he was the best player on the park. So now it's our job to get him into a club. And that's it. The hardest part is the immigration status. The football now we know we can do. And we had him training, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Because when he first come, it was terrible. What's that? What? He's got the skill. Now he's fit. So it all comes together. As I say, our philosophy as part of London Elite, stamina, skill, knowledge of the game. Those are our 3 philosophy. Now, don't think because you've got a few skill, right, that we're going to say you're the greatest. No, because what's the point in me having a player that can only run for 5 minutes? No matter how much skill you got. You can't run for 5 minutes because the game is 90. 90. The advice I give you works. Now, as my son said, it ain't only football. You got to back it up with your academic as well, your education. You got to. Because football, right, it looks glamorous. It's a very short career, you know. And if you get injured, and the injured can't be repaired, doesn't say you're a bad player. What do you have? What do you have? You have to make sure that you marry the two. Don't leave one of them behind. To play football, study. To play football, study. Have to. Trust me on that.
How do you like coaches deal with like those players that you know that are like super talented but they just don't have like the right attitude?
You know, it's not an easy one to answer. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, right, it doesn't happen in my house. You see, once they walk through my door, they're not even allowed to make noise in the corridor. Ask anyone here. They're not even allowed to make noise in my corridor. The little schoolboy, that's not allowed. It's not allowed. At all. Right? So at the end of the day, you can waste the talent. You can waste the talent. That's up to you. Because listen, when you give him that gift, right? Whoever up there, whether you want to call him God, Heavenly Father or whatever, he's giving you the gift. That gift never stays forever if you abuse it. You understand what I'm saying? So, if your journey is attitude, that gift will go. No, but that gift will go. Because let me tell you this, you will never, ever be on my football field. And I decide. And you know, I've had one player like that. Very, very talented Congolese boy. Right? And I had him playing for me, Arsenal and a district team at the time. I came one day and I thought, what are you doing? And he thought he was the best player, but he thought I can do this anyway. We went to play a decider. Whoever wins this game wins. I put the kit in the changing room in a place called West London. Put the kit in the changing room and I've gone out and I've come back. Who do you think is the only person that's put the kit on? Him. And everybody's sitting there. So everybody put the kit on. And I said to him, stay in the changing room. And we played the match. And we won. Went back inside, he's crying. So I said, we didn't need you. It's a team game. The coach decides the talent. If you got all the talent and you don't play the team game, you're coming off, in my game anyway. You're coming off. Listen, we may lose. You understand me? But it will teach you a lesson. So I'm not gonna sacrifice discipline for friendship. Never, ever will ever do that. You understand what I'm saying? But it's up to you. If you've got so much talent, just do it. Just do it. Skill. Let it happen, right? Never be afraid to lose, because that's also part of the game. Your character of handling a defeat is also part of the game. Because in your mind, you're going to say, listen, you know what? You see the next time we play them, we're not losing. You understand me? That's the character I want. Especially if he decides you're the captain. You're the example of the rest of the squad. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You think the greatest players in the world, Pele, Maradona, Messi, all of you think they haven't lost games? Right. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to put that effort in. Right? If you're not turning properly with the ball, listen, like how one-on-one mates do, you come out and you turn with that ball every night until you turn with that ball. That's me. Even after you finish coaching with the coach. You understand what I'm saying? Because we train inside, outside turn. What we call educating your ankle. But there's a difference to a quarter turn, half turn and a three-quarter turn. And somebody run all the way around the North Coast just to turn. That don't mean he's a bad player. It just means you can't turn with the ball like that. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Little fine details. And once that those details are gone, right, you'll get somebody from the hierarchy of football. He'll come to coach say, come and look at this player. And you think they don't know this player is coached? They'll know. You understand me? But you see in here, that part we can't give you. That's in your head. That part we can't give you. Because once you leave the training ground, the coach hopes you don't get into any stupidness. You understand what I'm saying? right? And I'm saying it now, I hope that doesn't happen. But I'm 65, I've seen it all. And I've seen good players go down on the wrong journey. You understand what I'm saying? So, don't put anyone on a pedestal. Go on. The next one?
I understand that you said, you've gone through a lot of different players, different training sessions and stuff. And I'm sure you have players that, do stuff on the field, like Raheem Sterling, the free kick that he took the other day, went all the way up into the stands. How do you help your players overcome that stuff?
I don't know if there's ever going to be a perfect player, right? I don't know if there's going to be an angel that comes down and can swerve a ball that we've never seen before, and don't ever make a mistake, right? Even sometimes, right, and we may not admit it, we as coaches are demonstrating, and we might demonstrate something and say, that never good, but we wouldn't tell you. We'll just adjust and coach you, because not everything goes perfect. You understand what I'm saying? But your coach will know. Let me tell you this now. You get what we call a fly-by-night coach. That's just a coach who have a couple of good players and he just come for a year or 2 years, this, that and the other. I've been doing it for 40 plus years now. There isn't a perfection, because in the game you're going to have a miss kick. You're going to do a bad corner. You're going to do a free kick that even the manager is going to say, what? You understand me? But I know the manager understands. That can happen in any game. Now, my son's here, and I'm going to tell you this one, because it's the first time I thought I was having a heart attack. Right. He's never missed a penalty. I've told him how to take penalties this time ever. And this was it championship? Or first division? Right. He was the last penalty to score the goal. And he changed his mind. Ask him. I was in front of the television. Yeah, and he missed it. Cost the promotion. You know what promotion is in England? To another division. It's a lot of money. That's the first penalty he's ever missed. Decided he's not going to go to the routine. He's going to try a different one. Right, and the keeper saved it, but the penalty was terrible. So it happens. He'll tell you. He'll tell you about it.
Yeah, or you can hit a penalty and it's poor and it goes in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Football's crazy, but again, it's your intent. It's your intent. And from you try and do the right things.
I made a promise that I'm coming back next year, and this time I'm staying in. We're going to stay in Kingston. So if you're here, we will do a training session. You know what I mean? We might even donate some balls and do a session here next year when we come.
Be able to join your club.
How would you?
Be able to join your club.
There's a lot of dynamics that deals with that. Immigration, parents, all that happens. Unfortunately, England and Brexit and all that changed the whole of the immigration status. You understand what I'm saying? Now, one of the ways of getting around it, as far as I know, is if you play international games, and 75% of whatever age group international games, you can actually come into England and get a kind of a temporary stay, right? Until a club says, yeah, we like him, and then the rest is down to the clubs. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's not just I'm a good player, I can get on a plane and just in England. No. Yes, sir.
Is it easier for people that are going outside of Jamaica?
There is this thing about Europe. If you go into Europe and you get, I think Europe is a little bit more tolerant in terms of immigration, and you can stay in there for a certain while with a club, this, that and the other, and if things go well, then that club can kind of get you into England in that way, or America, like Bailey.
We can have coaching session, we can let you meet people from those footballers. So we can set up a Zoom meeting with your coach. So they run academy through the Zoom program. So we can do it by internet, and you can get to meet players in England, and they can give you strategy and things via Zoom, and we can build that relationship until next year. So ideas, you guys can talk to meet the players live on the Zoom, and you can ask questions like what you do. And that's the way technology is going. So what I'll do, myself and Rudy Page can arrange with your coach Zoom meeting, so your entire team can meet some of those football playing in England. We can directly talk to them via Zoom. That could be the first step we can look at, because they run session via Zoom. They run a lot of session through Zoom program, so you guys can sign on and sign up when they're having those sessions.
But just to add on what Dean is saying, I don't want you to believe that listening to advice on the internet overrides your manager. It doesn't.
No.
Your manager's tactical plan is your plan. Advice in a pathway of how some professionals did their journey, etc., is an advice. It's not a thing to go back to your coach and say, well, listen, this person said that. No, you don't override your coach, but you use the advice to play better football.
Guys, I'm Bradley Stewart. I've been here for like 10 years.
Jamaica, so you were
Here at JC for 10 years. 82 until 92.
So it's the first step in national team. It's the man who is in your midst. You must understand who you are about.
So I'm here as part of myself and Chris Rose, who is the head of Covers. I'm the technical director for Covers. So JC has a special place in my heart, because like I said, my sons came here, my nephews came here, because I was here for so long. Mr. Taylor, you must have heard of Mr. Taylor, your previous principal. Mr. Robinson, I have known since I have been here. So whatever information I have, people like Mr. Palmer, who coaches the younger team. Virtue played for me. Bullhead, Mr. Butler. Those two that are known coaches played under me whilst I was here. So it's not too difficult to give advice to the JC kids. So guys, it is very informative, because most of us as local players have no idea of the requirements that are required, the attitudes that are required to get from local soccer, as the Americans and some English call it, into the international market. It's hard work. I'm sure you would have heard of people like one of our best footballers is Blacker Boyd, that played in England for a little while. And when his paycheck came to him the first time, it was zero, because he was fined for so many things.
Yeah.
Later training, later effort, and all of that. So you work for a month and then your pay slip says zero. How do you manage? So there has to be some collaboration in terms of how we prepare our kids to get into the other markets.
Yes.
How do you go to training? Training, I spend a lot of time in America now, like 3-4 months each time, working with the universities. And if training starts at 8 o'clock, everybody has to be there at 7:30 and be ready to start at 8 o'clock. That doesn't happen here. The coach has to wait on you, right? And he has to start wondering whether or not he's going to have enough players at training. Those things have to change. We have a Professor Gladstone Hutchins, who I organized to go to school. And he's the one that said, look, staying here doesn't make much sense. Not just the salary part of things, but the exposure that you get, the attitude changes that have to take place, and all of that. So you guys, if you're talented and you want to make that transition into professionalism, it's going to require some serious work. Because of the Bosnian rule, a lot of agents so on trying to get players into England uses other countries in order to qualify them to come into England. Mr. Ferguson and my coach that was at Manchester, he just resigned from his job. Mr. Graham are very, very close, and I'm one of the consultants to Manchester.
Well, even better. So let's go through the collaboration group. We can assist in any way we can.
I want to thank you for having us and coach. I know you have been, traveling to paper and things as here. So, my team from England, people from US, from different places, they are here. I want to thank you for having us. And feel free to call upon us whatever we can do to support the school. Jimmy Sinclair is the one that introduced me. He was my neighbor in Hermitage. And Jimmy Sinclair is a JC person, first reggae boy. So, we now have 1,000% of our support at Jamaica.
Okay?
He's in my teacher.
Pleasure. Good question. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah? Discipline. Discipline. Yeah? Discipline. You're serious about it. Discipline. Yeah? Good, good.
Out of everyone, pick a captain.
Woo! Woo!
That's hard.
Woo! It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, but I tell you, I would make him captain.
Which one?
Him.
Step forward.
The one that doesn't speak.
And I know he speaks with his ability on the pitch without seeing him playing. He bullies the game. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yes, sir.
Am I wrong? No. Definitely. And trust me, if he has the handband, he will get it together. Some of the players may not like it, but he will get it together. Yeah? Keep it going. Oh, pleasure.
Look at the camera, guys. Turn around.
Let's try and have the camera, dude.
We all ready? Jamaica College. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3. Once more.